Growing up, not having you around was normal. I didn't wake up every morning wondering where you were. I didn't cry every night because you weren't there. I just adapted. Children are incredible at adapting. If something has always been missing, they don't always know it's missing. They simply learn to live without it. So I did. Grew up, school, played sports, laughed with friends, kept moving, life went on. Or at least I thought it did. It wasn't until I became a man somewhere around 23, maybe 24, that I realized something. There were parts of me that had never been built. Nobody ever sat me down and said, son, this is how you become a man. Nobody showed me how to manage money. Nobody explained what it meant to love a wife. Nobody prepared me for failure. Nobody taught me how to lead. Nobody stood beside me while changing a tire. Nobody let me make mistakes and then patiently showed me how to fix them. It wasn't just information I missed. It was moments, thousands of little moments that build a boy into a man. For a long time, thought I was okay. I wasn't angry. I was empty. And there's a difference. See, a father's absence doesn't always leave obvious wounds. Sometimes it leaves unanswered questions. Questions a son spends decades trying to answer. Questions like, am I enough? Can I actually do this? What does it actually mean to be a man? The beautiful thing is, God didn't leave me completely alone. Gave me coaches, good men who didn't have to care, but they did, corrected me, they encouraged me, believed in me. They saw something in me before I saw it in myself. Looking back, I realized they weren't just coaching a sport, they were helping raise a boy. And I'll spend the rest of my life thanking God for them. But here's the truth. Coach was never supposed to replace dad. A teacher was never supposed to replace dad. A pastor was never supposed to replace dad. Someone else stepped in because dad stepped out. If you're watching this and you're a father, I don't want to shame you, but I do want to remind you that somebody's entire world is watching you. When your son falls off his bike, he looks for dad. When he gets cut from the team, he looks for dad. When he's scared, he looks for dad. When he wins, he looks for dad. And when he fails, he looks for dad. And one day, when he becomes a man, he'll remember dad. He'll remember whether you were there. People think fatherhood is about paying bills, providing a house, putting food on the table. Those things matter, but your children need more than a paycheck. They need your presence. They need your voice. They need your time. They need your encouragement. They need your correction. They need to know that no matter what happens in this world, there is one man they can always call. I still remember when my parents divorced. One day, my father was there. The next day, he wasn't. And another man eventually came into our home. He cared for my mom. He tried, but he was not my dad. And there are some places only a father can reach. Maybe that's why this matters so much to me, because I know what it feels like to grow up wishing someone had simply shown up. Not perfect, just present. Your children don't need a perfect father. They need a present one. They don't need the richest father. They need one who knows their favorite game, their favorite song, the name of their best friend, the thing they're afraid to tell anybody else. They need someone who notices when they're smiling and someone who notices when they're pretending to smile. Dad, your fingerprints are all over your children's future. Whether you're there or whether you're absent, your fingerprints will remain. The question is, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Maybe you've missed years. Maybe you've missed birthdays. Maybe you've missed games. Maybe you've made promises you didn't keep. Maybe your children are angry. Maybe they're hurt. Maybe you didn't even know how to fix it. You can't change yesterday. None of us can. But if your child is still breathing, there is still time. Make the call. Write the letter, go to the game, take them to breakfast, teach them to drive, pray with them, listen more than you speak, show up again and again and again. Because one day, your son won't remember the overtime you worked. Your daughter won't remember the promotion you got. They won't remember the car you drove or the clothes you wore. But they will remember whether you were there. And sometimes your presence is the greatest gift you'll ever give. A child may eventually forgive an absent father, but every child deserves the chance to remember a present one. I'll see you in the next episode.